Hey guys, it's coffee time. There's nothing in here. When I picked it up, I was like, this feels extremely light. Oh, it's because I already drank everything in it. Welcome to coffee time, where we don't have coffee because I apparently blacked out in the process of drinking it and just chugged my entire cup of coffee and don't remember a thing about it other than it tasted like coffee and it was delicious. My coffee machine was tripping balls today. I don't know what happened. I don't know if something freaked out on it, but remember I have the like single serve tiny machine and up until now it's worked perfect. And this time I tried to use it and it like kept sputtering, like it would just spit water out. That was really fun because we did the podcast today and when I went to get coffee before the podcast started, it was like we had just a few minutes. But, you know, one serving of coffee doesn't take too long to brew. So Krender was like, I'm going to go get coffee. And I said, I'm going to go make coffee too. So I went over there and made coffee and I was thinking, this will only take a couple minutes. And then it started sputtering and acting crazy and I panicked. I didn't panic. I'm using that word incorrectly. I had a moment where I thought, this is going to take so long and they're going to be waiting on me. Fortunately, Krender gives zero of them because I came back, sat down, put on my headphones, and Jared and Jesse were like, yeah, he already started the music. I said, good. Krender, I'm glad. I'm glad that you were willing to have there be that moment where maybe it took me way too long and I sat down and we were already live. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I always have that fear that on a break I'm going to go to the bathroom and come back and they'll already be live and I'll like put my headphones back on and be like, wow, that was the best poop! And then it'll turn out that, and then it'll turn out that I had told the entire internet that, but just now I told the entire internet that. But not in reference to an actual situation, just in reference to a hypothetical situation. Anyways, so yes, my coffee machine was having an issue, a glitch if you will. I think that it's fine. I think it has to do with the mug that I used because I used this one. Ooh, I used this little fox mug that I love. And the ears on the fox mug, when you put it in there, the ears lift the mechanism up a little bit, and I think that it got confused and unhappy. Today, a friend of mine and I were chatting on Skype, and he hasn't listened to metal in a while. And I was like, oh, I can show you some metal, because we were talking about what music we like. And I said, well, I'm kind of eclectic. It depends on the week. Some weeks I love metal, some weeks it's K-pop, some weeks it's top 40, some weeks it's classical. It just doesn't, I can never say what specific type of music I listen to. And so I wound up linking in all this metal. I was like, oh, this is like a trip down memory lane, because I didn't know who Arch Enemy was. So linked him to some Arch Enemy because I love Arch Enemy. And then it's like, wait, you heard Gojira? And he said no, so I linked him to Gojira. And then I was like, oh, there's another French metal group called Trypalium that I love. Here's one of those. And it was just great. I was like, oh, all this metal that I haven't listened to in forever. So I wound up doing that almost all day. That and chiptunes. I don't know why, but apparently Anamanaguchi is going to be in town. I'm so excited. I need to buy my ticket. That's totally off topic. I was just thinking about it going, oh, Anamanaguchi is amazing. I should go to that concert. I think a big group is going to be going, so that's fun. That's nice. I love that at Anamanaguchi, I remember I talked about this already the last time that I went to an Anamanaguchi concert, but I love that the mosh pits are so friendly. Like, it really depends on the band what the mosh pit is going to be like. And technically, Anamanaguchi has a mosh pit. And most people, when they hear mosh pit at all, they're like, nope, I'm staying away from that. If you ever had an Anamanaguchi concert, you could go into that mosh pit and feel pretty okay. It's literally just like light shoves, just everybody like swaying and just like, yeah. It's hilarious. It is the friendliest mosh. Actually, no. I bet you that like one of those, probably like a Christian rock group, would have a pretty friendly mosh. Because nobody at a Skillet concert is going to elbow somebody in the face and be like, what? That's not gonna happen, right? Maybe it does happen. I don't know. I'm not gonna put it past people. Oh, fly, why are you in my room? The cat has been chasing this fly around my room all day. All day. It's so funny because there's not a whole lot of effort to it. It's just the cat like laying right here, and then the fly will come near his face and he's like, like just tries to eat it, and then once it's out of his range, he's like, whatever, and goes back to sleep. But I was supposed to pack for England today, and I did not. I set aside all of the clothes necessary to put into my backpack. I just haven't put them into the backpack yet. So, whoops. I mean, it's not a big D, you know? It's not like a huge D. I have the morning tomorrow. I can do it in the morning tomorrow before the plane leaves, but putting things off to the last minute like an adult. Adults do that. Maybe. I watched more House of Cards last night. There's always, and I love that show, but there always winds up being one thing that happens in each episode that makes me go, nope! Like, I just get so angry about, and then I have to stop, and then I come back to it because I really like it. So then I come back later, I watch another episode, and then something happens, and I'm like, and then I have to come back later. But it's a good show. I recommend it. What's the new... There's a new Netflix show. Wait, I'm not going to be signed in because I cleared my cache. Dang it, never mind. Never mind. That's too much work. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like a fantasy werewolf thing. They're going like a completely different direction. But, and I think, gosh, I'm trying to remember. I remember, or maybe I don't remember. The sequence of saying, I'm trying to remember, and then I remember, was funny to me. So, there was at one point that I was either thinking or saying that I was wondering whether or not Netflix was going to be able to keep up with the high standards now that they've made this remake of House of Cards and everybody's just in love with it. I'm wondering how this new show is going to go. Like whether or not they're going to be like, oh, Netflix, you peaked already. Or if it's going to wind up being great and everybody's going to say, wow, because they have all this data to work with, right? They're able to look at what people watch and say, all right, what are people going to watch? What things can we mash together for people to watch them? House of Cards, they were able to say, man, people love that Kevin Spacey that was making the lead of our show. I think that that's brilliant. They have so much data to work with. It's crazy. So with this, I'm assuming they were on their little files and they were going, man, you know what people love to watch? Teen Wolf. And then they decided Teen Wolf and I don't think that this show is on there, but True Blood. True Blood's another one that everybody just loves. So trying to make something like that, I guess. I think it's based off of the new one. I don't know the name of it, but I think it's based off of a series of books, but they kind of threw out, they didn't throw out the source material, but they threw out the sequence of events, it sounds like, as though they took the setting and the characters and decided to do something completely different with it rather than following the books. So somebody could read the books and have a different experience versus watching the show. Which I always appreciate. They do that a lot in anime and manga, so. But, yeah. Apparently that might be good. I don't know. That's the other cool thing about Netflix is they're like, look, we made this show. Here's all of it at once, so you can marathon it. And you say, thank you, Netflix, I appreciate you. And then everybody's able to say, you gotta watch this thing. I watched all of it in one sitting, and it was incredible, you know. So it's just really smart. They're very smart, businessy people. I'm stalling because I don't want to pack. I know I should pack tonight. I know that that's a thing that should happen. I also didn't eat today. I just realized that. I should probably eat something. Whoops. But, yeah. I hope that you guys had a great day. And I will make a video, I will make a Dex bonus video tomorrow before I get on the plane, because obviously the plane will take the entire day. But, yeah, you're all wonderful, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah!